Remember Battle Talent? I made all those cheesy storyline videos for it, like Krampus versus goblins and the elves that rebelled. Anyway, the full version is finally here. Yes, that other one was just a demo and gave you so much content all for free. And as my mama's on again, off again husband would say, it's a whole new world. Now, this will probably be a short review, maybe, probably not, we'll see. But I'll do my best to break it down in comprehensive fashion. Let's go. If you're not up to speed, Battle Talent is a fantasy style board fighting game not unlike Blade and Sorcery. While it is comparable on many fronts, it truly is its own thing. The original demo had you duking it out with a cast of goblins, skeleton warriors, and evil elves. Well, the full release has upped the ante tenfold on enemies. This time around, you're up against the original cast of ghouls, in addition to magic-wielding undead mages, insanely powerful meth-up goblins, and even vampires that look more like the Lich from Adventure Time. I haven't encountered even most of the enemy roster in the game, but I know they're there. Trust me, I'll get to that later. Now, if you have not played Battle Talent in a hot minute, the biggest difference you'll probably notice right out of the gate is the look and feel. Everything has received a huge upgrade. A portion of this is owed to Oculus, Facebook, Meta, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves these days, as the headset itself has made the viewing experience bigger, sharper, and more immersive over the last few updates. That said, this game looks great. The enemies are more menacing, and the battle arenas are noticeably more detailed than before. The gameplay has always been solid in Battle Talent, so the upgrades here are minimal. I guess the biggest improvement is the collision physics. The fights feel a lot more streamlined. I would say natural, but something tells me that I might look like the sluggish, clunky ass fights I used to have on the demo if I had to actually do this shit in real life. The point is, the battles here are far more intense, and entertaining. The gameplay is also improved by the AI boost. Enemies are attacked smarter, more intense, and diverse. Their tendencies and weaknesses are more defined across different classes. For example, some of these cats are armored the fuck up, so you have to be mindful where you aim in these melee sessions. Cause if you whack the wrong spot, you just fucking whacking away for nothing. And you may be used to that. Battle Talent has always been weird in terms of its narrative direction, and that's still true in the official game to a degree. I mean, there is some hoopla about this mystical universe we're surrounded by. There's some goofy, godly Reaper-like presence that greets you on the talent bridge. That's not what they call it. It's called the talent something, but whatever it is, it's like the fucking lobby for most games where you go and do whatever you gotta do. You choose your weapons, you pick what stages you're gonna go to, etc., etc. Like the demo version, in the full release, you move your way through a series of connected battle arenas. They throw different enemies at you, and you unlock different weapons along the way. Oh yeah, they do tend to start you out with different weapons, But of course you can pick up whatever you free up from a dead goblin, as they come with their own host of weapons as well. Most of the arenas play out as wave fighters, but there are also dungeons that are far more layered and complex. I guess procedural dungeons is what the kids call them. These are cool, but you'll have to dedicate a little bit more time to get through them. I think I'll probably spend about at least 30 minutes getting through one. And it took me a couple of days before I felt like really fucking finishing it, but I finally did, so yeah. As I alluded to, some of the weapons have to be unlocked. There's a few unlocked by default, but it feels pointless not to be able to use them at will in the base game. Anyway, you have your classic mix of swords, axes, maces, and spears. This game is big on fantasy, so there's also a few spells and abilities you can unlock after playing a few rounds. What battle talent hasn't improved on, at least in my opinion, is the path to unearthing its true potential. Now, maybe it's just me, but I always found the whole jump off the bridge to trigger the cheat menu thing to be obnoxiously tedious. That's how you had to do it in the demo version. So here I am with the fucking full release, committing suicide off this damn bridge about 100 times before I started to think maybe they changed this shit. Meanwhile, the asshole off-screen character is steady telling me that I can't jump down here. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I end up getting a recipe to unlock the cheat menu from this cat online. But it still took me about a week to figure out the whole mystery because everything is so fucking vague in these little fucking off-screen messages you get. Now, maybe some other gamers appreciate the Scooby-Doo element to solving this mystery, the challenge element, whatever you want to call it, but I think it's unnecessary. Because I would have been pissed if I died in real life without getting to this damn menu. I just think, man, you bought the damn game, and your game is so much of your game's fucking appeal is hinged on a modded element and the customization and all that. Just let motherfuckers go into the damn mod menu. I can see if it was just a extra character or something you were unlocking at the end of the game, okay, but goddamn, this shit was just. I digress. Like its predecessor, however, once you get the cheat menu, it's on like motherfucking Donkey Kong. This is where you really get to see how far this game has come from the various beta stages to its official full release glory. The menu was hella flimsy from a physical virtual standpoint. It's damn near impossible to position this shit to where you can actually view it straight up. Maybe that's just me again, I don't know. This is further complicated by the swath of options you have with the built-in layers of the cheat menu. It's essentially the settings menu on top of the sandbox on top of the mod library. There's a lot to process through with this menu, and trying to do it in the middle of a battle, which you may have to do if you don't got your weapon game on point, it can be a real bitch. On the bright side, it all comes together with a highly customizable fantasy battle experience that can be as intensely bonkers as you make it. Now you get to see the insane depth of the enemies in the game, choosing to fight against them or side by side as allies. The most impressive mod upgrade I've seen thus far is the custom maps. In the early demo version, the sandbox did not support actual maps, so your creativity was limited to these little props that you could blow up to simulate a map in the middle of the sandbox. It was cheap and cheesy, but also charming in its simplicity. with these custom maps or levels as they're calling them nowadays. Battle Talent is capable of sending you to detailed worlds that serve as portals to the game's universe. I've only played two of them so far, but the first one, man, it was fucking crazy. It was like a Doom-inspired map from the level design to the intense first-person shooter style music. It was a hell of a first impression, and I'm sure just a taste of what the expanded game can do. Of course, battle talent mods still come in the form of weapons, spells, and theme musics. They also have non-playable characters, which is a new one for me, but it's an option. So I ended up sparring a few rounds with Darth Maul, and it was, I mean, he looks and moves cool on first glance, but he just doesn't take damage like the character models built specifically for this game. So everything from the wounds to the reactions were a bit too off to fully enjoy. Maybe this will improve over time, but for now, it's just a lot more fun to go to war with the insanely deep roster of characters already at your disposal. Battle talent, man, yeah, I guess it's actually my fault, but I wasn't expecting much from this game. I got into the blade and sorceries of the VR world, and I sort of forgot about it, to be honest, man. I certainly did put it on the level of the competition. As such, I was kind of surprised to even hear that a full version had made it to the marketplace before Blade and Sorcery, which is still in early access, mind you. Nevertheless, it's very cool to see a game come such a long way, achieve its ultimate fruition, especially when you were in on the ground level as an unofficial tester and supporter. It's not a perfect game still. I don't even know if you could call it the best game of this genre because there's a lot of cool ones. But damn, it's gotta be up there because it gives you all the physics, violence, and magic you expect, in addition to its own unique brand of fantasy chicanery that helps it stand out from the pack. I highly recommend you check this one out for yourself. Peace.